Welcome to episode 2 of my pregnancy series. My name is Peace Amewowo. A very big thank you to you if you were able to watch the first episode, commented, liked the video, or even shared it with others. So today we are going to look at the weekly pregnancy symptoms that I had from week 4 to week 12. Actually, when I discovered that I was pregnant, I was already 4 weeks into the pregnancy, and I found it very interesting because I thought that the pregnancy calculation starts from the day that I discovered that I was pregnant, but I was told that they calculated from the first day of my last period, which was very exciting. So I'm going to take you through the journey so far. Please feel free to leave a comment or leave a question if you have one, and I will reach out to you. And just in case you are wondering why I have the gum in my mouth, it's because I've been spitting excessively. So the gum is just to help control that. So please bear with me. We will get through this. Right. So immediately I discovered that I was pregnant, I started putting plans together regarding healthy eating and exercise, because I wanted to make sure that I don't overeat and put on unnecessary weight that later on it will become difficult to get rid of. Between the 4th week to the 5th week, I was very, very strong. So I will wake up early in the morning and go and have a walk. Sometimes I use my lunch break at work to have a walk. I decided to just do the walk and not jogging or any excessive exercise because the pregnancy was still very early and I didn't want anything that would interrupt it. So I just treaded carefully and I walked at my own pace. I didn't have to walk too fast or do anything vigorous. It was just on my own pace so that I'm not too tired. And I did that for a whole week. And so I was very happy. I thought everything was going to remain like that. I was eating my vegetables, having a lot of water. And then with the fruits, normally I blend them. I like to make them into smoothie because it's easy like that for me to eat. So that was what I was doing, and it was fine. Everything was fine. I just thought this was going to continue like that for the rest of the pregnancy. I didn't know that morning sickness was waiting for me. All of a sudden, I started feeling sick. And I thought, okay, they said it's called morning sickness. So that means that maybe it will be in the mornings that I will feel a bit sick, and in the afternoon, I probably will feel better. But to my shock, it was constant. Morning, afternoon, evening, night, dawn. It's like the cycle just continued. So I was wondering, why do they call it morning sickness? This is not morning sickness. This is everyday sickness or all-weather sickness. So that was the first lesson that I learned. Let me also put out there that not everybody experiences a difficult pregnancy or even go through any sickness or morning sickness at all. There are some people, they are strong from the one till end. Okay, so everybody is different. So if you've had your children or you are currently pregnant and you've never experienced any of the things that I'm going to talk about, don't worry. Okay, that's just your experience. This is my experience. And also, if you are single, don't take this experience that I'm going to share with you as the absolute truth. Okay, because your experience might be different from mine. Okay, I just want you to have an idea of what you could experience during pregnancy, and if it should happen, possibly you'll be able to pick some of the lessons from this to be able to handle it better. So the first thing that happened immediately the morning sickness kicked in was that I stopped exercising because I didn't have the strength for it anymore. But I continued to have my fruits and drank a lot of water, just that I didn't have any appetite for vegetables. And I was very nauseous. Anytime I thought of food, I'll feel like vomiting. And suddenly, everywhere in the house was smelling. So I was like, what is this? I also started having this stomach discomfort or stomach upset, whereby it's not really pain, but it was more like an unsettling feeling. You know, when you've just ended the fast and assuming you ate something solid and your tummy is trying to accommodate the food, and you can feel that unsettling thing in your tummy. That was what was happening to me and was very uncomfortable. With the nausea, one day I woke up in the morning and I felt like I needed to drink Fanta or something with an orange flavor in it. So I was working from home, so I texted my husband and said to him, please, when you are coming back home on your way, can you get me some Fanta? And I wasn't sure his reaction, because for years, even whilst we were just friends, before we started the relationship and marriage, we were not drinking fizzy. So for me to be asking for fizzy, I was thinking he's not gonna like it because it's not healthy, and especially not when I'm pregnant. So I was 50-50, but then I texted him, and then just like I thought, he called me immediately. And he was like, why fizzy? Why Fanta? And I said, it's because it's like my body is directing me that the Fanta or something with orange flavor will help. And then he said, I will see. So I was just there thinking, I was 50-50 that he may come without it or he could come with it. But, you know, surprisingly, he came with a bottle of Fanta, and I started having it. I started sipping it little by little. And interestingly, it helped. So sometimes when I finish eating, I would just sip a little bit of the Fanta, and then it settles my tummy. Apart from the Fanta that I was craving for at that point, I also started feeling for something very hot, like shito. Literally, I wanted to eat shito, and we didn't have shito. Shito is the Ghanaian sauce that they make. They make it with a lot of pepper, and then with dried powdered fish, with a lot of tomatoes or ginger, garlic, and onions, and it's very, very hot. My husband had to travel down to an African shop because where we live really is not very close to the places that we can easily find African shops, but he had to travel down to one of them to get the shito. And then when it came, the first day I had it, it was fine. I enjoyed it. And then the second time I tried it, I felt like I've made the biggest mistake of my life. I started having this chest pain. I felt this hot sensation in my throat and in my chest, to the extent that I just wanted it to come out. I could literally feel it there, that it's trying to come out but it's struggling. So I just rushed to the bathroom. My husband was not at home. By the time he came back, I was in the bathroom, sitting on the floor of the bathroom and vomiting. And for like more than 30 minutes, I was just vomiting and vomiting. So when he came, he said, what's going on? I said, I'm having this hot sensation and it's just making me to vomit. So he said, get some milk, some cold milk. So I thought, how is this milk going to help? But I obeyed anyway, went for the milk, and luckily for me, the sensation, the hot sensation started going down, and I felt much, much better. So since then, I didn't touch that shito again. Up to now that we speak, my husband was the one who finished it. I also started fatting a lot. Yes, I started fatting a lot. Fatting is one of the things that, it's just the two of us at home. So, I can just stand by my husband and fat. And we literally play with fat sometimes. So, but this time around, the fatting was another level, which was more annoying. But then it was just part of the pregnancy, I guess. I also started feeling very, very tired. So when we go down the stairs or up the stairs with just a little walk, I will be panting as if I've done some serious running. So my husband was a bit surprised because sometimes when we go out and we are coming back in on the stairs, I will literally be taking my steps one, 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 as if I'm dying. And he was like, "You are not 9 months pregnant, please." I said, "You don't understand." Because I don't know how best to explain it to him. Right. Anyway, so between the 4th to the 6th week, these were the things that I experienced. And then I had my first scan, and they told me that the baby was at the right place and everything is fine with the baby and everything was fine with me, which was good news and the end of the 6th week. And then we got into the week 7 and 8 where everything became even more difficult because I lost appetite, I was hungry, and yet I didn't know what to eat. I also had headaches, back aches, shoulder aches, and at a point I started having this yellowish discharge, but it didn't last for too long. It was just for a couple of days and then it stopped. The 9th week started with me feeling very bloated, even when I eat something very small. So the whole day, I wouldn't feel for anything else because I feel so heavy and my tummy feels so full. So by the time I'm going to bed, I'm so hungry. And then when I manage to eat anything, the bloating will start again. So in the night, I couldn't sleep. And then the chest burn. I would just feel like there's this pepper in my throat and in my chest. Oh my, it wasn't easy at all. Getting to the end of the 9th week, I noticed that anytime I'm brushing my teeth and I try to clean my tongue, I will start vomiting. It was that terrible. And then beginning of the 10th week, my tongue became sore. Literally, when I open my mouth, you could see the sore on my tongue. And sometimes when I have the smoothie, by the time I have the smoothie, my tongue is literally swollen. And can you imagine your tongue being swollen? You've got a sore on your tongue, you can't eat properly, you can't brush your teeth properly, and you have a husband and he's lying by you, you are speaking to him. So if your mouth is smelling, can you imagine? So obviously, because I couldn't eat, I was feeling very, very hungry. I had this intense hunger. My body also started itching. Sometimes in the night, I'll feel like my tummy is itching, my hands are itching, my breast, my chest, everywhere is itching. Just like that. One of the things that also made me to vomit badly was sardines. We had some sardines in the cupboard and I was hungry and I was craving for it. So I decided to make the sardine with potato wedges, and that was another big mistake. After having it, I vomited everything out. Literally, it was so bad. When I finished, I was so weak. So the 9th and 10th week was also very challenging. One of the interesting things that also happened was snoring. And this one, I wasn't even aware because normally I don't snore. Since I discovered that I was pregnant, I've not really had any good sleep. But according to my husband, I was snoring some deep, serious snoring that he's never heard before. So I said, okay, you can record me. I want to hear myself. And he did. And it was so funny. I was changing gear from left to right. And I was wondering, how is that possible? Because for you to be snoring that heavily, it means that you must have been deeply asleep. And I don't feel like I'm sleeping. So it was very weird. I think it's one of those things. That sore tongue continued into the 11th week, but it stopped in the middle, just before the 12th week. And then the nausea also started again in the 12th week, when I have my fruit, the smoothie, I start feeling nauseous again. I started having itchy nipples. My nipples became very, very itchy as well. So that was the end of the 11th and 12th week. So now I'm going to show you my 13 weeks pregnancy belly. The bump is not really showing, but I can assure you there is a baby in there. This is a scan photo as evidence that there is a baby in there. I've got a scan video, but I'm not going to show it because I don't want the hospital name to show. We don't know the sex yet, but my instinct tells me it's going to be a baby girl, but we don't know yet. Okay, so that's my baby bump for week 13. If you are currently pregnant or you recently had your baby, I would like you to leave a comment for me. Okay, so what was your weirdest pregnancy symptom that you had and how you managed it? Please subscribe to my YouTube channel or go on the Facebook page and like it. You can click on the bell to receive notifications once new videos are posted. And the channel name is Peace Amewowo. You can also follow me on Single with a Life, Married with a Life. They are both on Facebook and YouTube. And you can also reach out to me through the Turning Point Coaching Services page on Facebook. That's if you need counseling in any area or if you want to take part in the marriage preparation classes that we offer on Zoom. Have a wonderful week. Bye.